for yourself, and that's how I do it.
Okay, and having that network of folks that you know.
Oh
is
yeah,
a key way of doing
having
it.
somebody you trust, because web developers, they're hard to get a hold of. They always promise the world and they under-deliver. They're always late by 3 weeks. I mean, it's the people that deal with web developers just know this. So to be different than that, to be the guy that can always answer the phone, always at least send an email saying, "Oh, I'm a little busy, but I'll get to it in 2 days," and actually doing it in 2 days is worth more than any technical skill you could have, especially if you're on your own, doing your own stuff.
So when you promise that to your team members, remember, these are the people who might have work for you later on, or not, depending on whether you deliver.
If you say it's going to take 4 hours, before you say anything to the other person, say it'll take 8 hours. Just double it. We do that on our projects all the time. And my boss will spec something out, and I'll go, "Okay, double it," and then we'll still be over.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Let's take maybe 1 or 2 more questions, and then we'll wrap up with some just time for general networking.
Question of either jack of all trades or specializing, and I've seen that people really encourage specializing in something, but being so early on, and I've been doing this for just over a year. It's been a year, and the classes aren't specializing; they're kind of showing you everything, like you said, C#, Java, and all that. I don't know if you can even. When would be a good time to start specializing, or when? I don't know.
Well, like for example, I was saying Cold Fusion is the only thing I'm super expert at, and I found a job. The interview said, "Oh, we do Cold Fusion," and I was like, "What's Cold Fusion?" And so that job was only a year and 3 months, but that's what started me on Cold Fusion. I could have been a .NET guy, I could have been PHP, and now it's I am a jack of all trades, but I only consider myself to be good at one thing, to be really good at one thing. That's it. I would say go where the money is, go where the job is. Don't worry about, oh, it's PHP and blah blah blah. I never get into arguments as PHP is better than .NET or better than Cold Fusion. It does all the same stuff. Sometimes a little bit harder, easier. I made my money specializing in Cold Fusion. That's how I made my mark and got the jobs.
But that came more, so you're saying for you that was just more of an external circumstance that
absolutely
funneled
I didn't
you.
even know what it was.
Personal choice was oh, I really like this. It was more just, it's what came. And
that's exactly it. They hired me as a front-end developer, laugh, and then just said, "Oh, we need Cold Fusion." I'm like, "All right, let's do it."
So it was really learning how to learn Cold Fusion that made
learning how to learn anything is such just in the beginning of jobs, you'll be asking your boss a bunch of things, but just stopping that for a second and thinking, wait, let's not get a fish, let's learn how to fish kind of thing. Let's figure this out and at least get some half thing done, and then ask, and then just do little tweaks kind of thing. The ability to learn on your own. But like I said, I didn't have a mentor programming-wise ever, actually. And my development has suffered because of that. Because when you're hacking things together, it's without much guidance, 60% of software fails. 60% of software development fails. It's the funny thing about government projects are by the time the government project is done, it's now useless. They've moved on to a different thing. It's you build whole things, and then it just doesn't get used, and all the money is wasted. So.
Okay, one more question, Diane. Or sorry, Mary. Go ahead.
Are they willing to train you at all, or you just kind of?
I got 2 days of training at my first job.
In terms of how they do it, or?
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't tell me how they do it. They said, all right, here's some basic stuff. I think they taught me how to query the database with Cold Fusion, and then how to loop through it and output the results. That was it. But a year later, I was their tech guru. They were all business people that didn't know how to program anyway. But that was why I got so hot-headed at first. I'm like, I'm the man, and then I go to AT&T and these big companies, and you see some real crazy-ass developers, crazy skilled. But then most of them don't have that people skills. You can transition from development to project management. You can go from front-end developer to SEO expert. You can go anywhere. You just need to have the ability to learn and the ability to just really take the initiative to go for it.
Thank you.